Good morning. Let's get your Seint tutorial started. You have gotten your products in the mail. You've got your palette. You've got the 3D brush. You've got a dense kind of pointed end on one end and then a fluffier end on the other. And then inside the palette, I went ahead and put your colors. This is Versailles, Linen, La Cienega, Venice, Pinky Promise, Pop, and Candy. That's Pearl, and that is Henna. I don't have the brush cleaner sponge right at the moment, but you've got a whole bottom section that you can use for other things. If you don't have any other palettes right now, this is a good place. If you're like throwing your makeup in to go travel, you can put like some barrettes, some bobby pins, earrings, anything that is metal and magnetic. You can throw it in and use it as a little storage case as well. So that's good. I am starting with a clean dry face, and I went ahead and put on my sunscreen and my moisturizer, and then I'm gonna do a spray of the setting spray. It also doubles as a primer, so it's a real handy kind of tool to have on hand. You can either apply your makeup with your finger or with your brush. It just takes a little bit of practice. It takes a lot less makeup than what you're used to wearing, and you just kind of get comfortable with it over repeated uses. So I'm going to use my finger just so we can see, specifically where we're going to place things, and then the more comfortable you get with it, you can apply it with the brush if you would like. I like to apply with the denser pointed end and then blend in with the fluffier end. So I'm actually going to start with our lightest color, which is Versailles, and Seint calls them highlighters. But this is going to be your brightening highlighter. We want to stay in your like T-zone area at the middle of your face. We want to draw attention to the middle part of our face. So I just kind of do a couple of dots, go down my nose. I don't do it to the tip of my nose because that's where my redness is, although you can. And I always say less is more. You can always add more at the end. So I start off with just a little bit. I'm not gonna put it directly under my eye, but I'm gonna do the inner and outer corner. And then I have veiny eyelids, so I'm gonna just do what's left on my finger on my eyelids. It is a cream makeup. So that as it sits on your skin, it's gonna warm up and start melting into your skin. So sometimes people will put it on their face, and while it's kind of warming up to your skin temperature, do their eyeshadow, things like that, and then go back and blend it in. Okay, next let's do the highlighter Linen, and that's gonna be our main color. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of tap my finger into it, and I am just gonna kind of dot it in the middle of my forehead, kind of in an arch shape. I'm gonna do it down the sides and the tip of my nose. I got a little redness there. Make sure I get it on that. And I am just putting it on the big main areas of my face. I've got some melasma right here that I'm gonna cover. And my cheeks and nose are my redness part, so I'm just kind of dabbing it on there, and I'm gonna let it set. Oh, I forgot my neck. So I just kind of drag a little bit of it down my neck. Okay, okay, now I think I have all the areas. So we did our brightening highlight Versailles, and then we did our main color kind of on all the other areas. And then the next color we're gonna do, I just have a little towel right here, I'm just wiping my finger on, is Henna, and that's your contour color. You don't have to put it on in this order. A lot of people do their contour color first. It's just personal preference, whatever you like. I'm gonna do the hairline right above our main color, Linen. You're gonna find your cheekbone and then just go to the side of it and see how I'm like an angle with the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna put my finger there and draw it up. Well, let's do that on the same other side. Find your cheekbone, kind of roll to the edge, corner of the eye, and go up. Do you have to be that precise? Absolutely not. But I'm just kind of showing you landmarks so you kind of know. Obviously, the more angled you are, you'll get better chiseled. Flatter, less chiseled. Find your jawline, and then you're going to go right on the side of it. I'm not going right on top of it, I'm just going to go on the side. I don't come all the way across, but I do come down my neck. So the contour is just going to be where we want the natural shadows to fall. We're just kind of enhancing those natural shadows. I also like to do it down the sides of my nose. The closer the lines are together, the more narrow your nose will look. It's just kind of like an optical illusion. I put it on the tip of my nose and right underneath. That's where my redness is, and kind of minimize the bulbous nose. Okay. So at this point, we've got our colors on. A lot of people would go ahead and put their lip and cheek color on. You can totally do that. I'm gonna wait and put that on after we blend. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow real quick while this is warming up to my skin, and then we'll come back and blend it all together. See you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. I went and did my eyes real quick. I didn't do anything fancy today, just some light normal colors, but I did line with green, a dark green that we have called Ivy. I am going to take the fluffier end of the 3D brush, and I'm going to start from the center of my face and work my way outwards, or another way to think about it is go from the lightest colors to the darkest colors. And I'm just going to kind of stipple, which all that means is you're pretty much just kind of pushing the colors into your skin. They've been on there probably for about 5 minutes now. We'll do back and forth right underneath my eyes. So they've had time to warm up. I don't always give them time to warm up. I don't always have that extra few minutes, but I did today. And they don't, have to. You're still going to be able to blend them. It just makes them go in with a little bit less effort. So when you get to your contour colors, you always want to kind of push in and back. You don't want to pull them down. You always want to pull them back. Even with the colors on my neck, I'm pulling away and down. So when I get to my cheeks, I'm just going to kind of push and with a flick back and upwards. Same thing with the contour on my hairline. All right, and you're all blended. I'm gonna add one little dot right there to my redness that is shining through. If you notice that the colors are moving or not giving you enough coverage, we'll need to go up to the next shade. That's kind of one of the signs. These colors are a little light for me, but I wanted to go ahead and use your colors just so you could see exactly where they go. Hence why some of my redness and stuff is shining through. I usually go a little bit darker, but just so you know, I wasn't telling you that. That's just why mine was doing that. All right, let's play with the lip and cheeks and the illuminator. I love this La Cienega. Obviously, I've used it a lot. Pop is a beautiful red. They're all gorgeous. They really are. I'm a creature of habit, and I always go back to the same one until it runs out. So let's go to this La Cienega. And I am going to kind of still stay with that corner of my eye and just kind of go back. pretty sheer. Let's add a little bit of that Venice to it. There we go. Venice gave it a little pop. I think we're gonna do those colors on our lips too. I'm gonna take La Cienega and Venice. So that's La Cienega and Venice together. I love to mix and match my colors. So more than likely, when you see me or a picture of me or whatever, I usually have more than one lip and cheek color on my lips. So there's that. I'm gonna take that fluffy end again, and I am just gonna kind of pat to push it in to your skin. The more you pat, the more it'll blend. So if you get too much, just blend some more. Or you can add a tad of your main highlight to kind of soften it up. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do, this is Pearl. Very pretty. You're not gonna really see it when you put it on, but when the light hits that illuminator, you're gonna get that real pretty glow. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it right there above that blush. I'm gonna do it right underneath my brow. I like to bring it down the center right there. And I like to pop a little bit on my lips. Just kind of right there in the middle. Okay, you can blend that in with your finger. I'm gonna use my brush, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly blend it in. I'm not pushing hard at all. Actually, we'll do my brow blend with my hand. That's a smaller area. And you've got your full look. You do need to set your makeup, and I highly recommend that you use a primer. You just don't want silicone to be the first ingredient, because silicone and our makeup don't stick. Silicone is in all primers, but we just don't want it to be that first ingredient. So I'm gonna spray with a setting spray. I do like to use our setting powder. Sometimes when you first start using the makeup, your skin adjusts, so it takes about 5 to 7 days sometimes to get used to the cream makeup, and then your skin's like, oh, this is awesome. So anyways, I'm gonna set it with a spray. Hold please. Okay, and you're done. If you have any questions, let me know. I am so excited for you to try Seint, and we'll talk soon. Bye.